Pleasant Care Pharmacy, where quality care begins. My name is Dr. Chow Pham. I'm the pharmacist and owner of Pleasant Pharmacy. Last time we talked about what is a pharmacy, right? So today I'm going to show you the different types of pharmacies. Usually, when you think of a pharmacy, you would think of the pharmacies in the community like CVS, Walgreens, and those are known as community pharmacy. However, did you know that there are a total of 12 types of pharmacies? So today we're going to go through them and hopefully you'll learn something new. The first one is the community pharmacy. As you can see, the community is the one that's most well known by people. It is also known as retail pharmacy. It usually consists of a retail front store where they have over-the-counter medications, and some stores even have like other daily use stuff that you can buy. And then in the back end, they have a dispensary where medications are stored and dispensed, like over here. The next type of pharmacy is called a hospital pharmacy. That is a pharmacy that's usually found within the premises of the hospital. So hospital usually like a larger range of medication for their patients in the hospital. And there are two types of hospital pharmacy too. One is the inpatient pharmacy, and the other one is outpatient pharmacy. In the inpatient pharmacy, that's where they help, dispense medications for patients inside the hospital. But when you're done with it, then you're ready to get discharged, then that's where you go to the outpatient pharmacy where you pick up your medication and go home. In the hospital, they usually would have a larger range of medicine that have like more specialized medications such as IV. So these medications you don't usually see in a community pharmacy. The next type of pharmacy is called clinical pharmacy. So this type of pharmacy is usually found in a clinic setting where you would have direct patient care services, and it usually optimizes the use of medication. It promotes health, wellness, and disease prevention. So an example of a clinical pharmacy would be for patients taking warfarin who has to be monitored with their anticoagulation status. So these clinics are usually called anticoagulation clinic, and that's a type of clinical pharmacy. So I hope that you see the difference between clinical and hospital pharmacy. The next one is ambulatory care pharmacy. So in ambulatory care pharmacy, the pharmacists in this setting, they don't actually stay in a dispense drugs at all. They're more of like a primary care physician, and they see patients in an office, and they usually manage like chronic disease states like diabetes, hypertension, and things like that. So different disease states. So, and they usually are open Monday to Friday like a regular doctor office, and not around the clock like a community pharmacy. The next type of pharmacy is a compounding pharmacy. So compounding pharmacy is where the practice of preparing drugs in new forms where it's not commercially available. An example would be like if you are looking for a medication in a lollipop or in a solution, but the only thing that's available for that medication is in a tablet form, then the compounding pharmacy would be the one to help you actually make that medication into a lollipop or into. The next type of pharmacy is a consultant pharmacy. So in the consultant pharmacy, we focus more on a medication regimen review. So as you can see, a patient can take like 20, sometimes 30 medications, and I've had those patients before. And so with that, you have a lot of drug-drug interactions, and we need a consultant pharmacist to look over your medication, make sure that there's no drug-drug interactions and the patients are safe in taking all those medications. So it's not really dispensing medication at all, but it's more on the consultation side. The next type of pharmacy is an internet pharmacy. So right now there are a lot of online pharmacies that are internet-based, vendors prescription drugs, but it can be tricky purchasing medications from internet pharmacies. One of the reasons are that you don't know if they're reliable, if they are certified by association or government body, and if you don't have a relationship with them, how do you trust where do they get their medications? So knowing which pharmacies are legitimate is very important for internet pharmacy. The next type of pharmacy is veterinary pharmacy. So veterinary pharmacy, usually, of course, they stock medications specifically for animals. So animals, of course, would need different forms of medications. They don't always take capsules or tablet, right? So you have to come up with creative ways. So sometimes veterinary pharmacy and pharmacy can be combined together. The next type of pharmacy is a nuclear pharmacy. The nuclear pharmacy focuses on preparing reagent materials for diagnostic tests such as CT scan, and it's for treating certain diseases. Nuclear pharmacy. The next one is a military pharmacy. So in the military pharmacy, it's an entirely different working environment due to the fact that the technicians, they perform most duties that in the normal community setting or civilian sector, it would be considered illegal. So an example would be for in the normal community pharmacy, the ratio of technician to the pharmacist is, with one pharmacist, you can only have one technician working for you in a community setting. But in the military pharmacy setting, you can have a lot of technicians working under just one pharmacist. So that rule doesn't really apply for community pharmacy, but military, that's okay. So pharmacy technicians don't have to follow the rules like regular pharmacy technicians in the community setting. The next type of pharmacy is pharmacy informatics, and this is the combination of pharmacy practice science with the applied information science. This is a growing field. It's very well needed. So for those of you who don't like to interact with people and who likes, informatics, IT, and things like that, this is a great field to get into. So the next type of pharmacy I want to talk to you about is called specialty pharmacy. This is new type of pharmacy that has been around since the last couple of years. And they are the type that will carry really new medications that cost a lot of money. And sometimes we're talking about in the tens of thousands of dollars. So in order for a specialty pharmacy to carry these medications, they need to keep it in storage, as well as they have to administer it, carefully monitor the patients, and manage the patients clinically as well. So the first thing they need to do, they need to provide lab monitoring. They also need to counsel the patient very carefully, and they also need to help patients with cost containment strategies, because like I said, it's tens of thousands of dollars, so you want to help the patients as much as you can. So I hope you learned something new. If you have any questions that are pharmacy related, or comment below. All my contact information can be found below this post. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.